loud. Hey, this is Mr. Thompson back with another exciting educational video. This will be version 1.1 of the block letter. I say 1.1 because, as you can see on my screen, I've created a block letter, which means I've made a video over it and I couldn't get my microphone to work. So I do have another video out on the block letter. If you do not enjoy my soothing voice, you could watch that instead. But as far as I know, I think this is okay. This block letter is here in my email because I sent it to me as a sample student file. And I created this in Autodesk Inventor 2019, which we started looking at in my CAD 1 class. So let me show you how to do this activity. So I'm not going to save it. I'm going to start from scratch. And there's reasons why I'm doing that. Go ahead and close that. So when you came in here and you got on the desktops in the CAD lab, you've noticed that there are some different examples of Autodesk Inventor. The one that we've opened up so far in CAD 1 has been Autodesk Inventor Professional 2019. So I'm going to go ahead and open that one up. The one that you may be used to from the past would be Autodesk Inventor 2014, which you may have had when you were a middle school student if you went to Burlington Schools for the middle school. 2019, when you open it up, it's going to look a little different than 2014. And so you might find that I'm choosing some pathways that look familiar to 2014. I could click here and that would probably go to the point where I need to be, because where I do need to be is making an individual part. But I'm going to go File, New, and I'm going to go Standard IPT, Create, because that's what I'm familiar with. Now, if you haven't done the block letter as a sketching activity yet, please make sure you're accessing that video either from my Google Classroom or my YouTube channel on my latest drawing of sketching types, where I sketched the block letter in the 4 different drawing types that engineers may use. But now I'm going to do a CAD application of that idea of the block letter that I sketched out. I'm saying a lot. I got to apologize. It's late. You want to make sure up here by the pencil that you're in 2D sketch. If you get on and you find that you're in 3D sketch, either hit the back arrow or go File, New, and then make sure you're selecting 2D sketch. So then you can click on the pencil. You can click on the front plane. The front plane aligns with the front of the view cube, and that'll allow you to do your 2D sketch on the front plane. I'm going to use the line tool, and I'm going to do a block letter T for my initial for Thompson. Now, when you're making a block letter, you want to fully enclose the profile, or it will not extrude. And I made a boo-boo on mine, but I'm going to use this as a teachable moment and show you how to fix that. My first line was this blue line, and it goes outside. You may not have any of those, but since I went outside my blue line, I'm going to go ahead and use the trim, modify trim, and trim that out. I'm going to click on the word front, and then I'm good to go. So I didn't intend to do that. I used it as a teachable moment, but just a refresher on some of those features. I want to make sure there's no gaps, so it's a full profile for a block letter T. That's really easy to do. If I had to do a block letter S or a block letter R or a B, those are kind of challenging. I'd really have to look for those gaps and make sure there's no lines overlapping. I'm going to go Finish Sketch. I'm going to go Extrude. Now that extrusion, it defaults to 1 inch. That looks way too deep. So I'm going to dial that down to 1/4 of an inch. I'm not super concerned about what you set your depth as long as it doesn't look wonky. Up here in these default menus, I can look for a color. I can give it a nice little color. Then I'm going to go Start, Snipping Tool. I had this open, so I'm going to select New. And then I'm just going to drag a box around my block letter T. I'm going to go Edit. I'm going to go Copy. I'm going to go back to Google. I'm in my Gmail. I'm going to go Compose. I'm going to type TT, select Tracy Thompson. I'm going to call this block letter. And then this area, I'm going to go Control V and paste it in there. I'm going to hit Send, and then my assignment is submitted. If this was too easy for you, then I challenge you to do your whole name if you have extra time in class. So that's the activity I have for you at the moment. I hope you have good luck with it, and I'll see you next time.